Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Great. I'm Malachi Somerville, a 2024 graduate of Lincoln University, and I'm... Thank you. And I just want to welcome everyone as we celebrate today the Center for Workforce Development here at Lincoln University. Can I get another round of applause? Today's a major day, you know. I want to start with a really brief story about myself. In 1915 and 1916, my great-great-grandfather and his brother graduated here from Lincoln University. Wow. Yeah. Awesome. So I stand here before you all proud and grateful and want to give thanks to not only everyone who's here in the room, but all those who came before us. I'm here to give thanks, so if everyone wants to take a moment of silence and give thanks to everyone who's came before, let's do that for a brief second. My journey here at Lincoln, while I got my degree here from Lincoln University, I started 3 schools before that. So while I was educated from 3 HBCUs, I was liberated by Lincoln University. I received a certain level of education that cannot compare to other universities, that cannot be put into just a few words. So thank you, Ms. Jernice, Dr. Kennebrew, Edison. So today we're here to celebrate, and I just want to welcome my mentor, Edison.
I don't know how to follow up on that, but I will. So good afternoon, buenas tardes, bonsoir. Thank you all for being here today. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome you to the School for Adult and Continuing Education, SACE, at Lincoln University, the first degree-granting HBCU in the nation. You are sitting in hallowed ground. You're standing on hallowed ground. Today marks an exciting new chapter in our service to Philadelphia and the state, launching a Center of Excellence for Workforce Development here at SACE, and we're proud to announce it with you in the room. Before we get started, I want to recognize some key supporters who are here today. Unfortunately, Mayor Sherelle Parker is tied up with hearings in the council, so we have Carol DeFries, the Executive Director of Municipal College of Workforce Initiatives, and she's here in her place. Please raise your hand. Thank you, Carol. We also have Edwin Santana, who is, I forgot, Mayor Sherelle is a Lincoln alum. Very important. And Edwin Santana, another Lincoln Lion, and Deputy Chief of Government and Community Affairs, representing Superintendent Wellington. Edwin, thank you, Edwin. And we also have Jim Fody, who's the Apprenticeship Office Region Director, and his Deputy Dawn Lynch. They're here as well. Thank you for your support. And unfortunately, Councilwoman Gaudier was not able to be here with us, but she promised to join us at another conversation. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all their key players involved in the initial launch of this center to deliver healthcare and IT skills-based training and credentialing starting in January 2025. Woo! In here we have the African Family Health Organization, American Training Center, Congreso de Latinos Unidos, Davida, Greater Philadelphia Health Action, GPHA, Goodwin College at Drexel University, JEVS, Partnership to Prosperity, Philadelphia Fight, the Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia, and West Philadelphia Skills Initiative. Thank you, partners. And last but not least, I want to thank Dr. Allen for your vision, your courage, and your unwavering support. Thank you. According to the 2024 Pew Report of the State of Philadelphia, despite great strides we've made to foster a vibrant city and an economy, poverty remains a pressing issue for us. 1 in 5 of our fellow Philadelphians are living at or below the poverty line, and we remain the nation's poorest large city. Yet, the Philadelphia metro region has a strong demand for middle skills jobs in healthcare, IT, energy, infrastructure, manufacturing, Jobs that require skills-based training and credentialing rather than a formal degree. As an HBCU, we recognize the crucial role that higher education plays in breaking the cycle of poverty. We also understand the pressing need to expand post-secondary training options at SACE, which was established to support working adults in advancing their careers. So this Center of Excellence for Workforce Development at Lincoln builds on this legacy and commitment. The center will serve to bridge the gap between job seekers and employers, creating good job opportunities, meeting employer needs, and fostering equitable economic growth in our region. But we recognize we can't do this alone. So we're committed to working with all of you. By leveraging our respective strengths, we can develop quality career pathways and design innovative workforce solutions to continue building and strengthening a robust regional workforce development ecosystem, because that's what it's going to take. So you will learn more about this commitment among our partners, our stakeholders, and the over $1 million of investments from our partners later in the program. So we welcome you to join us in this journey. And as my mother taught me, mi casa es su casa. Our home here at Lincoln SACE is now your home. We welcome you on your next visit to discuss how might we build opportunities for our communities and our stakeholders. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, that was wonderful. I think everyone in the community, and I speak for the Lion Pride family as a whole, that we're grateful for everyone in the room. With that being said, I want to move us to our next segment of this event where we start celebrating our partnerships. Today, I would like to welcome someone who's been very supportive of Lincoln University, the Honorable State Representative Rick Krajewski. One thing that I read about him was that you ride your bike around this city. I rode my bike to school my senior year, you know. So being able to see that you're here in the community, that's huge that you're giving back. So we appreciate that. I'm going to pass this.
Oh, okay. I got one.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Can we start off by giving this brother Malachi another round of applause? Right? It's exciting to see young leadership and to see young people step into leadership. So thank you for leading this event. Thank you, Dr. Allen and Edwin, for your leadership and support as well. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Rick Krajewski. I have the honor and privilege of being the state representative for the 188th district, which is right here in West and Southwest Philadelphia. And unfortunately, I do not have an exciting, powerful Lincoln story to share with you all. But it was important for me to be here for two reasons. One, right, is just the history of Lincoln University. It's already been stated here as one of the oldest HBCUs in this country, right? And the importance of us supporting our HBCUs as folks who understand that they are a source of educational empowerment for our Black communities here in Philadelphia. And secondly, right, as a representative of the state, because we are in a state university. And we know that a lot of times our state universities don't get the kind of support that they need from our stakeholders. And so I wanted to be here so that you have my commitment as one of your state representatives, that we will always fight for our state universities. We'll always make sure that all of our students have the educational opportunity that they deserve to have, regardless of their zip code, their skin color, what neighborhood they're in, because it is important for us, right, as elected officials, to make sure that education is a human right that is accessible to everyone, which is part of why we're excited for this partnership with the Center for Workforce Development. So I don't have a Lincoln story, but I do have a story around my own journey around employment. So my first job coming out of school, so I actually have a tech background. So I went to engineering school at the University of Pennsylvania, and I started working as a software engineer immediately after school. And it was a pivotal moment for me because my mother worked and still works multiple jobs her entire life. At this point, I'm just trying to get her to take one job, but you know how moms are. But continuously working 2 or 3 jobs at a time to make sure that myself and my sister had the kind of educational opportunity that she knew we deserved. And so I was finally able to get my degree and to work in STEM. And I can remember like that first paycheck hitting my account and just how transformational it felt. And I know that may kind of sound sort of silly, but like when you don't have a paycheck and suddenly you do, and suddenly you have the means with which to live and to define your life, and especially as a young person, that is really a transformational experience. To be able to have financial independence, to be able to have the resources to budget, to plan trips, to plan vacations, right? Every young person should have the ability to do that, and every person entering the workforce should have the opportunity to do that. And so the reason I share that story is because that was one of the catalyzing political moments for me. Because what I came to understand was, well, I got this great opportunity to go to a world-class institution like the University of Pennsylvania. I was able to enter the STEM industry, and I got this great job. But I know plenty of kids who grew up in the same neighborhood I did, or didn't, but have the same circumstances that I did, who were never exposed to that kind of level of education, even that opportunity to even know that STEM and engineering and software and technology was a field that young black boys could enter, right? Like that is something that is not actually true for everyone, and particularly here in the city of Philadelphia. And so I started to get involved in doing some volunteer teaching, particularly around computer programming, because to me it felt like a no-brainer. It's like, well, every kid should know that this is a job you could do. This is something that's possible, right? No matter whether you're in West Philly, North Philly, South Philly, I don't really care where you're from. You should know that this is an opportunity, especially because so many of our young students and our young black students are given a couple different examples of what they can be in life, right? And so to be able to provide a menu of opportunities and a multitude of different ways in which someone can enter the workforce and build a life for themselves is very important. So the reason I share that very long-winded story is because that's what's really exciting about this space and what's being created, right? To make sure that the path to education is as accessible. Okay. I can also just talk loud. You know? And that the path to workforce development is accessible. Should I talk?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I'm gonna be loud. That the path to our workforce is accessible as possible, and also right, that is a path to a real job, a good job, an experience that you can build a life off of. And so that is what's really exciting about this partnership with Lincoln University and all the other partners who I know can speak, because what we're doing is we're playing our role in making sure that the path to education and the path to employment is one that's equitable and accessible for everybody. And it's important for us as public officials to show up in opportunities like that, which is why I am here. One of the other things that I've been trying to do more as a state rep is check presentations, right? So you've all been in an event where like you got the politician and they got the big check and you're like, oh my God, watch this. So I started doing that, and so I have a check here. Because it's important, I want us to be more memorialized that when Lincoln asked for the state to step up, that we did. And so this here, right, is a representation of the $500,000 investment from the Department of Community and Economic Development to Lincoln University to support this center and to support your mission. And so I want to formally offer this totally positive.
Thank you, State Rep. All students are grateful for you, current and future. Yes. So next up, I'll be introducing someone very special, President and CEO of the Philadelphia Works. I'm here to announce our partnership with the Philadelphia Works through the Good Jobs Challenge Initiative. Mr. Clancy, thank you.
Yep. So Representative, any extra checks you want to? Nothing else for us? Sorry about, but
I forgot my checkbook.
yeah, right. We'll take ACH though. Okay. But no, thank you very much. I'm Patrick Clancy, President and CEO of Philadelphia Works. We are the city's Workforce Development Board, which is the entity in the city that invest in training services, job placement services, and all around transition services. So for us, we are the investor in good programs. I am thrilled to be here today, Dr. Allen and Edison. Edison, you work like a wild man. Calm down, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. And Representative, thank you very much for coming. I know how busy you are. We greatly appreciate your effort, and obviously the money comes as a great opportunity for this beautiful new center, right? Look at this place. It's gorgeous. And the amount of lives that we're going to be able to impact through this center is going to be extraordinary. Our investment is part of the Good Jobs Challenge. And that was a federal grant that we were able to secure over 500 applicants, only 30 winners. Really a great shout out to my Philadelphia Works team that's here. I know as a groupie is here. I really appreciate the work they do because they make me look good, just like everybody else. And what's interesting about this award, it's a $450,000 investment. I need that check. I was hoping to beat you out. Because my friend from JFF has no check either. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about embarrassing us, Representative. We're used to it. But I think when we look at the Good Jobs Challenge, we are looking to put people into good jobs, right? And what does that mean? That means jobs with a good starting wage, career opportunity, opportunity to move up the career ladder and not just stay maybe at one level, but to continue to build and build and build and build. That is the theme behind the Good Jobs Challenge. We recently did a procurement for opportunities. Lincoln University scored extremely high, and we were able to make this investment. We have about 20 other organizations that also receive some money, but it's thrilling to be here because, Lincoln is really one of the key players in the HBU world, and we really love the fact that we can make this investment along with you. Of course, you also have Edison, who just is, man, you're an intense guy. But you're also in a very good way because I know how much you care and how much you give your heart and soul to everything you do. So we're really thrilled. So for us, it's about not just making the investment, but really leveraging the future, right? When we talked about the stories of Malachi and the stories of Representative, you talk about giving young people an opportunity to be the future leaders. This is what the Good Jobs Challenge is for us. This is the investment we're thrilled to make. And I just want to say thank you for inviting us today. We really love to be your partner and continue to grow this amazing center as time moves on. Thank you very much, Dr. Allen.
Million going twice. Look, we're open for partnerships. But, next up, I would like to introduce Dr. Myriam Sullivan. Come on up, Dr. Sullivan. This lady, she is here representing the future. Seriously, she steps up for the underrepresented, the forgotten community. She's building pathways for everyone that we don't see every day and making change. So thank you.
Thank you. It's a real honor to be here. I think I talked to Edison over the last 3 years, maybe once a month throughout my career. And when Edison calls, I show up. When Lincoln calls, I show up. Hi, everyone. I'm Myriam Sullivan. I'm a senior director at JFF, Jobs for the Future, and in our Center for Apprenticeship and Work-Based Learning. I'm so inspired to be here today. I think we've had these conversations around your vision for Lincoln and the Center for Excellence for Workforce Development, but to see it in action and in practice, it's really an honor to be here to celebrate with you all. Everyone's had good talking points. I don't have a Lincoln story. I think we're showing up in the order of our investments, but I'm an in-kind. I'm in-kind, and the possibilities are endless. So I'm looking to everyone in the room and seeing where we can partner and seek more funding to do this great impactful work for the students and the community. So a little bit about Jobs of the Future. We've been around for 40 years, and I haven't worked there for the entire 40 years, but our work focuses on the intersection of education and workforce development. So we do this partnership thing, this education, this workforce thing all over the country. And we look for institutions like Lincoln, folks that sit and really think about innovation and really think about what learners and workers truly need. And our goal is really to scale that work and the possibilities. Our CEO, Maria Flynn, she launched an innovative North Star goal 2 years ago where we were all like, how are we going to do this? But our North Star is 75 million people by 2033 facing systemic barriers will be employed in high quality jobs. This all ties to what we're talking about today. It's about high quality jobs. It's an ambitious goal that drives everything we do at JFF, and building on what Edison said, and we can't do this alone. When we thought about the 75 million people facing systemic barriers, we said, like, JFF, I think we're a small national nonprofit. How are we going to do this? But it happens in partnership with institutions, with workforce entities, community-based organizations, and all of you to ensure that these 75 million people who face systemic barriers have access to opportunity. A little bit about the center where our work and the apprenticeship work that I do is that we see apprenticeship and work-based learning as a key transformative strategy. So not only for the individuals, but also for the systems that serve them. And I'm a researcher by trade, so I always look at data, and the data is compelling. 92% of apprentices retain employment after completing their programs, and many see annual wages increase over $10,000 compared to peers in similar roles. So I think all Lincoln students should have opportunities to access these wonderful work-based learning and apprenticeship pathways. A couple of more points. Our partnership with Lincoln puts our mission in action, right? We have these lofty goals and missions, but then to partner with an organization like Lincoln puts it in action for us. And together we'll be advancing apprenticeship opportunities with a focus on supporting HBCUs and MSIs. And through this collaboration, Lincoln University, in partnership with JFF, will be providing technical assistance to engage employers, strengthen apprenticeship programs. You'll be hosting targeted events to raise awareness about these programs and their benefits for learners. And then finally, we'll help businesses foster diverse leadership pipelines. So it's all about building, curating, cultivating these pipelines of skilled workers. And the partnership not only benefits Lincoln University's community, but it also reflects a national vision for expanding access to high-quality career pathways. We believe this investment will drive long-term systemic change and help Lincoln University students secure good jobs. So I'm really honored, Edison, that you invited me and JFF, and that we get to partner, try innovative things, but all focused on building high-quality pathways for students and learners. Thank you so much.
We have one more special, well, not to say anyone else isn't special in the room, but we have one more person I would like to introduce today, Mr. Etesse. Please come on up. This man has had a hand in everything technology related, including my undergraduate journey, so this man right here, he's very instrumental in creating pathways, technology related, and improving the structures here at Lincoln University. So this is very exciting.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And I echo everyone's thanks to the president, to Edison. We're very enthusiastic about this partnership. I'm the CEO of Fusion Cyber. And what Fusion Cyber does is we run cybersecurity, AI, and quantum programs under the partnership of universities. So under the brand, we go out, we recruit, we help the students get into a 6-month virtual program. We have virtual cyber ranges, so they get the keyboarding skills, those actual work skills that the CISOs are looking to hire to fill the 455,000 open cyber positions in the US, of which 200,000 require a clearance. So we have a big focus on trying to find veterans that have already had those clearances. And if you look just in the tri-state area here, there's over 100,000 open cyber positions if you go to cyberseek.org. What do we do? Well, in addition to the education, the recruiting, the AI platform we have to ensure that these students graduate, we actually play matchmaker. And the way we play matchmaker is getting scholarships for these students. So I'm honored to be here today with Lori Cushman of the Just-A-Mere Foundation, who in partnership matched the Cisco donation. So for our 2025 cohorts with Lincoln, we have several $100,000 of full and partial scholarships for these students. And I should mention that Just-A-Mere came to us from a dear friend, Elizabeth Belcaster of the Task Force Movement out of the White House, that was charged with trying to solve the worker shortage that we're seeing from truck drivers to airline pilots to cybersecurity and so forth. So in playing matchmaker, it's not just finding the students, it's not just educating the students, it's looking to you all as employers to hire these students. So what we also do is we create these baseball card, there's slide decks, PowerPoints, and per cohort, or you could say just give me all the students that graduated in this 3-cohort or this 3-state area that have a clearance. Each slide has the student, their picture, their LinkedIn profile, technology certifications, cybersecurity certifications, clearances, et cetera. And we get those in front of hiring managers. Chief Information Security Officers that commonly hire cybersecurity, 50% of their jobs that they have are unfilled. Of people submitting resumes for those jobs, 85% of those resumes are never seen by a human because of applicant tracking software that looks for keywords in those resumes. So the backside of what we do, and what I really like to do in network, is the career and placement. So on average, we've seen our students from start of the program to the end increase their salaries by 68%. Now, we don't guarantee a job. You can't guarantee a job, of course. But it is our promise to use our network, our connections of connections, to get you in front of a human to actually get into that first job. About 50% of our students are career switchers, 50% have an IT background. And then finally, if you look at cybersecurity, it's got a bit of a diversity problem. It's like 84% white male, like me. So we're trying to help with that too. So we've had about 81% diverse graduates, 29% female, and 19% veterans to date. So making a difference with our nation's security at rest and creating these partnerships with innovative universities like Lincoln University and with you as employers in the room as well. So thank you very much.